I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Tuesday, November the 24th, brought to you in part by Sweet Pro, manufactured in Horton, Kansas and Walla Walla, North Dakota. We had vaccine support on Monday to start the week, which is always great to have an up to begin the week there. But your board was up big as we heard news that yet another company has come out with a vaccine that is supposed to be very effective, and they should have it before the end of the year. So this Corona deal could be short-lived here. But that is good news, and most of our bearishness late last week was due to COVID fears in your processing plant. So let's send those first load of vaccines into the frontline workers there at all those big beef processing plants and get those guys taken care of. But we had a bullish cattle on feed report, but I really don't think that our up market on the board and in the cash market to start Monday was due to the bullish cattle on feed report. It wasn't that bullish in comparison to the average of the analysts' guess, and most all your ag commodities were higher. Your hogs, your grains, and everything were higher. So I think it was mostly due to the vaccine. But let's look at the board for Monday. December live cattle futures up $1.90 at $1.10 even. So surely we'll get $1.10, and that would be a par basis for guys that are hedged up. But you know what the heck? They could get another buck or two if they'd really try and then be ahead of the game. Feeder cattle or February live cattle futures up 2 1/4 at 112.90. You go to the out fronts on your live cattle, they were up $1.47 to 235. January feeder cattle up 322, so big boost there at 137.82, and that is pretty close to what our index levels are trading at. March feeder cattle contracts up 290 at 137.27. Going out front on your feeder cattle futures, they're up 227 to up $3 even, so pretty good movement there. Your weighted average on last week's fed cattle trade in your 5-area feeding region, 88,900 head. Pretty decent. I like to get to 100,000 to look for a robust trade there, but 88,900 is not too bad. Compare that to a week ago where we had 103,100 head, and the same week a year ago where you had 87.3. But you look at your market, it was pretty much steady. Sure, there was some weakness late in the week, on Friday especially, on a few cleanup deals, but for the most part it was steady. Your live steers and heifers traded from 105 to 111 in your 5-area feeding region, with a weighted average on live steers of 109.57. That was up 11 cents. Your dress sales range from 166 to 172, with a weighted average on dress steers at 170. That was down just 17 cents from the previous week's weighted average. So, like I said, steady trade in your live cattle. Box beef cutout values continue to go higher again, and I tell you what, it's really helping the margins for these packers. Choice cuts on Monday afternoon, 241.60 up 325. Selects 217.48 up 250. Your slaughter's been doing real well. Last week's slaughter tied for the largest that we've had for a week since the COVID outbreak. And like I said on our last visit, your packers are really wanting to crank that up because they've made a lot of obligations on contract product from now through the end of the year. Talk about what else is going on. Ozarks Regional Stockyard, West Plains, Missouri, is having another one of their in-house videos today here on Tuesday. So you can log in there and watch that video sale. They've got about 1,700 head, calves and yearlings both. They're going to start at 1:30 on the dot there. So get on dvauction.com. You can watch the regular sale there at West Plains until 1:30, and then they'll have their in-house video. You can view and bid right there and really support that market. Talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DV Auction. Late in the afternoon on Monday, sitting at 137.28. It was up 36 cents from the end of last week. So our early week sales were higher. Okay, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma National Stockyards, 9,500 head there. Feeder steers, $2 to $4 higher. Calves, $2 to $5 higher. Didn't have a big run of yearlings there, but the market was sure good. Joplin Regional Stockyards, I've been telling you guys about the big yearling special they were going to have. Indeed, had about 11,000 head plus there for the regular sale and the yearling special. Feeder steers steady to $5 higher. It kind of broke right at 750. Even your lighter weight yearlings weighing under 750, and your steer calves selling about steady there. Your feeder heifers steady to $2 higher, along with heifer calves steady to $2 higher. Talked to my old buddy Rick Huffman there, used to be a co-worker. He does the markets there for Missouri Department of Agriculture, and he said the bigger they were, the better they sell. And that's just guys chasing this April board as far as trying to get those cattle hedged. And really, he said a snappy market there, had some buyers that don't normally show up, had some people pushing on DV auction for the internet sale. And it was really a big day there. Tell you how big a day it was. Jackie Moore himself got in the box up there when they started the yearlings and sat in there all day long. So if he's going to auctioneer that long and leather lung it, he was really pushing that yearling special that they had. Also heard when I talked to Rick Huffman out there that offer condolences to the family and friends of Bobby Crouch. Bobby Crouch was a trader and a buyer out of Arkansas and southern Missouri there for a long time. I had ventured out and was buying a lot of cattle in New Mexico, but he ran a lot of trails, and I'll tell you what, old Bobby Crouch is a pretty good guy, and we're going to miss him. Out of Joplin there, they had some big quotes now, and I'm going to give you the average of the 8-weight steers there. They had 1,824 head when I pulled this late in the afternoon of the 8-weight steers, all of them. This includes the commodity cattle, a bunch of really good home-raised cattle that were kept for yearlings, but just kind of a good cross-reference of the market there. But 1,824 head of the 8-weight steers in Joplin averaged 846 with a weighted average price of $137.68. That's about 50 cents higher than our real-time index, and that's on 850 weight steers, and the index is based on 800-pound steers. So awful good yearling market there in Joplin. On the heifers, the best tested weight was 7-weight heifers. They had 985 of them, averaged 745 pounds at 127.70 on the heifers. That's about a dime back. But your best quote that I saw, your Zach Tran top quote of the day, also come out of Joplin. 71 head, 806-pound steers bring 148. And that's your feeder flash for Tuesday.